So I'm with Georgina Maddox now, and Georgina, I really want to ask you, what do you think of the show and how important is it for the young artists?
Well, I haven't really looked at the show properly. I just got here, but I'm looking at the artists' work, and a lot of them are working with different mediums. That's interesting. We're moving beyond just the typical canvas, which is very safe and saleable. So it's nice to know that young artists are still taking risks and they're still willing to experiment with different mediums. It's very heartening in a market like today's, which is all about surviving really.
So it actually says something about pushing art.
Exactly, and I know that Jessica has always stuck her neck out for young people. She's always been somebody who's championing the younger artists, and the interesting works. I think quite a lot of them are very imaginative. I haven't spoken to all the artists, but the two I've spoken to so far, the work seems to be quite interesting.
What do you think of this work here?
This one is very, I said it touches a nerve because it's got a map of Bombay, which I miss a lot, the city of my origins as an art writer. And what I like about it is she's used the material very nicely and created the map, with these different sort of colors. And I don't know the significance of what color means what. Like I can probably guess. That perhaps, but I just think that the imaginative sort of evocative colors give you a feeling of the metropolis, which is really a city of vibrant immigrants. So the patchwork quilt is kind of symbolic of that, immigrants.
Collective memory built together.
Yeah, in that sense.
Thank you so much. I'm with Siddharth Chaudhary now, and this is a very interesting piece actually. If you look closely, you have a woman with a crowned head. Siddharth, any particular reason you decided to make this?
Yes, actually this was developed over past 3 years when I was living in Paris, and it started out with a sketch and then it went to different levels. From the sketchbook it went to canvas, and then it went to 3D software when I made a 3D model, and I've used the same imagery in my digital works, and this is the first time I've made a sculpture. And so basically the sculpture to me represents contentment, happiness, bliss, and it says that if you shut everything out, you definitely get that if you want to get that. And in the world that you create, you can be whoever you want, and she's the queen in her own world. Yes, this actually is it's a Hindu philosophy that happiness lies within. So that's the underlying theme of this work. So this is the imagery that I work with. I've also used it here. So this installation is in 2 parts. So there's the sculpture, and then you have the graffiti. So now the graffiti comes from my trip to Berlin. I was living in Paris, so from Paris I'd gone to Berlin, and I happened to visit this artist squat, and I found hundreds of artists living in miserable condition, using the building walls as their medium to express themselves, and living in the hope to take their art to the confines of a gallery and convert it into high art. And this actually in a way is a tribute to them, because it's their visual language, it's their style, and I brought it to this gallery, and I've included my element into this, and I've tried my best to integrate it. And the graffiti here is somewhat, it gives you the feeling of an underground culture, something seedy, dark, maybe somewhat disturbing. So this comes into play with this, where this character of mine has this. Yes, but she is. She's surrounded by it, but she has decided to shut herself out, and still has a mild smile on her face, and that's the work.
Yeah, so I mean, this graffiti seems to be. I mean, we saw some indications of it outside as well.
Yes, as did I. I saw some images of this stenciled on the street.
Yeah,
yes.
I wonder what happened.
No, I have no idea what happened.
Thank you, Siddharth.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
I'm with Sudipta Das, and she actually works with tea and coffee stains, as you can see on her work behind. So Sudipta, tell us a little more about your work.
My work is like, as you know, I'm working with tea, coffee, and all these natural things. but my area of researching is like history, and I used to collect the historical image. But after that, like sometimes we see the historical image that cutting parts in road. But while I'm taking that cutting part and mixing and making some form, then sometimes that history is missing, and we see some new story. And like my intention is show like while that kind of original authenticate certificates or anything like which is very important in history, that kind of images and photographs, after collecting just through cutting and pasting, the whole identification is changed. We are narrating another kind of story. Then this time I feel lots of photographs and lots of images which only we will go through that icon. Maybe if Jawaharlal and Gandhi is standing, then only we can identify that image. Otherwise, who are others standing, they don't have any identification. My trying is like accept that icon, then other is what? Like that is something else.
Actually invert what people look at when they're looking at portraits of people. They're looking to identify people who are famous, whereas you're inverting the whole thing and looking at the common man as the main star, right?
Yeah, exactly like that. But sometimes I'm taking some forms, like sometimes it look like flower kind, sometimes it look like food. And like while we were standing and thinking that the image is portrait or the figure, it look like sometimes serious, but forms look like funny. Then what is actually the in-between position? Because nowadays that kind of image and that kind of history also in front of us is like in-between situation. Like if the iconic, the main person is missing, then that image don't have any identification.
You're actually seeing the loopholes in history through your work.
Yeah, because my background is also like I was from Assam, but my background is like we are basically from Bangladesh, and we always have this kind of identical issues problem as a Bengali in Assam. From the childhood I feel, and it's in my mind, and somewhere like it's connecting my work also. Maybe I'm taking images as globally, like which I got from technology magazines or newspaper, but the issue is same. Yeah, I just try to experience my personal and global thing together.
Thank you so much, Sudeep sir.
Thank you.
I'm now with Bharti Verma, and this is her work here. It's called the Fave Shirt, as you can see. So, Bharti, ये कैसे आपका visualization process बहुत unique है. ये कैसे हो गया? ये है किसकी shirt?
एक्चुअली ये उस इंसान की शर्ट है. एक्चुअली स्पेस के अंदर यहाँ पर कोई भी नहीं रहता है, जहाँ पर बिल्कुल एक शांत सिटी है, और उस सिटी के अंदर कहीं से एक शर्ट का आ जाना, और वो भी एक रेड कलर में होना. रेड कलर एक्चुअली जो ये कलर है वो ऑटोमेटिकली जो एक ऐसा इंसान जिसके अंदर इतनी पॉजिटिव एनर्जी भरी हुई है, तो ये किसी की भी शर्ट हो सकती है जो भी इसे पहनना चाहता है, और ये किसी सिटी के अंदर इमोशंस और उन सब चीज़ों को लेवल्स को लेकर आने वाला है.
इसमें आपका भी नाम लिखा हुआ है शर्ट पे, तो शायद ये आप ही
यार डिपेंड करता है कि हर पर्सन अपने लेवल से शर्ट को देखता है और सिटी को, कि वो सिटी के अंदर अपनी इमेज कहाँ पर पाना चाहता है. तो हर इंसान के लिए शर्ट अलग अलग तरीके से काम करती है.
ये इमेज भी आप ही की है. दिस इज कॉल्ड एनिग्मेटिक, और आप थोड़ा इसके बारे में बता सकते हैं?
एक्चुअली आप देख रहे होंगे कि एक ऐसा स्पेस है जहाँ पर बिल्कुल ब्लैंक है, और ब्लैंक एरिया के अंदर एक चेयर का, क्योंकि जहाँ पर बिल्कुल पीस है, कहीं पर भी आपको ना ही कूड़ा करकट हो, ना ही मतलब जो एक तरीके का क्रश होता है, मतलब बहुत सारी चीज़ों का क्लटर, वो चीज़ें नहीं है यहाँ पर. बिल्कुल आप शांति महसूस करेंगे, जो कि दिल्ली में कभी भी महसूस नहीं होती.
सब एवरीथिंग आउटसाइड, इनसाइड दिस रूम देयर इज पीस.
अगर आप उस विंडो में देखेंगे बाहर, तो वहाँ पर इतनी ज़्यादा सोसाइटी है कि वहाँ पर आप अपने लिए स्पेस पाना बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. और जो चेयर है वो एक स्पेसिफिक एक पर्सन को करता है, जहाँ पर ये एक ऐसी जगह और एक ऐसी दुनिया है जहाँ पर जो 2 बॉक्सेस हैं, उन बॉक्सेस की ड्रॉर खुली हुई है. ड्रॉर जहाँ पर लॉक होता है, वहाँ पर मेनली होता है कि रिजर्व होना. अपने आप ना खोल पाना या कुछ राज छुपा कर रखना, तो वहाँ पर ऑटोमेटिकली वो खुल गए हैं। तो एक ऐसा चीज़ है जहाँ पर आप अपने बारे में सोचते हो, या एक ऐसी दुनिया क्रिएट होती है जहाँ पर बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो नॉर्मली नहीं मिलती थी।
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ram.
I'm with Manoj Mohanty and this work here is called People Tank. मनोज, आप इस काम के बारे में मुझे कुछ बता सकते हैं?
एक्चुअली मैंने ये यूज़ किया हूँ, जो टैंक के यूज़ किया हूँ पीपल टैंक। एक्चुअली मैंने बहुत सारे ह्यूमन फॉर्म लिया हूँ, ह्यूमन को लिया हूँ। जैसे अभी बहुत सारे वो मतलब क्राउडिटी बढ़ रहा है, और ह्यूमन उसका लाइफ में कि मतलब उसका व्हाट इज द रीज़न व्हाई वो कमिंग टू अर्थ, व्हाई मतलब वो भूल जाते हैं। अब मतलब जैसे मधुमक्खी की तरह जी रहे हैं अभी, मतलब जैसे मधुमक्खी रोज़ निकल जाता है सुबह और शाम को फिर आ जाता है, उस मतलब एक इंसेक्ट का लाइफ बन गया है मतलब ह्यूमन का। तो वो मैंने बस रिप्रेजेंट किया है। और ये टैंक मतलब जैसे पानी रहता है, मतलब लोग रहने के लिए जगह नहीं है, एक टैंक में मतलब एक टैंकी में रहने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे हैं, मतलब वही मैंने देखा है काम।
थैंक यू सो मच। आपका वो दूसरा जो काम है which is on, is it possible? So what is possible
actually? क्या it is the symbol of development after few years। मैंने देखा है कि फ्यूचर में क्या ये हो सकता है, ये दैट्स पेंटिंग एक्चुअली गिवन अ क्वेश्चन टू व्यूअर्स कि ये क्या ये पॉसिबल है, ऐसे क्या लोग रह सकते हैं। मतलब एक कटहल जैसे बिल्डिंग अभी मतलब मतलब दीवार से नहीं है, अब बहुत डेकोरेटिव हो गया है, क्या ऐसे कटहल की तरह बिल्डिंग बनेगा और उसमें लोग मधु की तरह मतलब जिएंगे, इस टाइप का।
Very interesting thoughts.
Okay, thank you.
I'm with Akash Gaur and this particular work here is called, what's it called?
It's Sopandosh.
How did you decide to make this work and why this particular medium?
Yeah, basically I work on my dreams. I have a family history of dreaming. So when I wake up, I remember all the dreams. Then I just, where are these dreams coming to me? Then I just draw them on scribbling on my diary and then put them across in this format. So that there is continuous, you can see fighting here and all the types of dreams. Like someone was beating me with bat and there was a dog also who was biting me. So the dreams just affects my whole day life. So I just work on my dreams.
And why did you use this particular medium to do it? Is it your staple medium to use, or is this particularly for this work?
For this work only. I do basically pen drawings. Then I converted my pen drawings into this medium. Basically, I like this medium, so I just converted my pen drawings.
Which college are you from?
I'm from College of Art.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I'm with Magesh, the artist here of these two works. I actually wanted to ask Rasika. Rasika, how did you meet Magesh and how did this happen?
Okay, like I told you earlier, with this July show, basically we try to see what's happening in the art colleges all over the country, all the young art practitioners, what they're up to, what they're doing. So basically we do a lot of studio visits through the summer, every summer that is, to put up this annual show as it is here today. And we do a lot of these art studio visits, and of course we see their work in their college displays and things like that. Some of them are straight out of college, some are already existing studios that we visit when we make trips to these cities and things like that.
Of course, I mean, I can see that there is a lot of careful selection and looking at things.
Careful selection is very important, and more so than that, I think these guys are doing brilliant work. It's absolutely stunning work, and one has to look beyond our scope of what we see every day in galleries and look beyond and see that India is producing quality work. So yes, thank you.
So, hi Magesh. Why this particular animal? The works I saw at Baroda, I saw these two antelopes.
They're actually elk. It's an elk.
Yeah, right. And I saw a white elk also with roots coming out of its belly. So
actually it's a single work. Actually, it's a triptych. So there are three stages of. I wanted to document disease, something about death. So that was my work revolves around mainly. So which deals about destruction, anger, frost, fate. So the deer mainly is the subject matter which is keep on revolving around my work, both in the sculpture and the painting also. So I kind of take the deer as a subject which relates to hunting, and the process of death also.
I also see certain kind of expression which comes on to these to the facial features of these animals, and they seem to be different in each work of yours. Giving a nuance of the work.
Yes.
I mean,
that is mainly like I wanted to portray 3 stages of death, like how a person first, I named it as pain, fate, and the last one which you say is regret. So the first stage is where one person gets first infected and then he kind of accepts it as the fate, and finally regret is somewhere you have to just accept it and there is nothing to go. And it's just the end of a new beginning. So
any personal incidences in life which actually pulled?
I don't want to put it like that. I don't want to take it so personal, but it's a global issue. Like each and every person has to undergo this. So that's what.
So you choose to focus at this thing which a lot of people kind of skip and don't sensitize.
Yeah, somewhat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm with Buddhadev Mukherjee now, and this is his work right here. Buddhadev, what in your artistic process do you like the most? Is it sketching, pen and ink, and how did this work come
From the beginning in my art practice, I am very much fascinated about drawing, and later on I improved that thing, and I am very much always trying to express my emotion through drawings. So that's the main key thing in my work. And the image comes from very personal experience from my surroundings. I'm staying in Baroda, so the local element is very important for my work. And another thing is that I am concentrating now in a very dark human relationship, the dark part of human life. So that is continuing now, and the human relationship, the situation of human conditions, and the struggling of life, day-to-day life. That's the main key things in my works, and then I use the humor to put the humor makes more. If I talk a serious word, I feel that through humor it will be more expression, and that's the thing. And some things I can't I can't express by word, because in this practice some things is related to me and my canvas. Some things spontaneously comes in my work, so I am open for that. I am spontaneously using some images, but it's the main key things, that dark human part is come through that humor or the spontaneity. So it's going in that way, and I think only it is a series of work. I can't express only one work or two work. It's a series of work, and it's come together, that thing. So
I find it to be something which kind of you're actually mapping. Not just, you're mapping typography which is in your area, but also the kind of culture which is happening with people and the sketches and the drawings, and it seems to be a work in motion. As in it's
I wanted to express my thing through my surroundings, but simultaneously I am not talking only one area, one geographical area's work. So both are coming in my work, that local element and simultaneously that human relationship. It's not bounded by all times geographical area. So those things are come. But I think that local elements, when I use to as a artist, as an Indian artist, when the people see from outside, from India, they didn't know my culture, but they know my surroundings through my works. So it's my individuality comes in that way. So I like that thing, and my work process comes through sketching,
drawing. So the sketch itself, when I'm doing in my surroundings, so some elements come through that way. So I like that thing to express that is my culture, my society, my surroundings reflect through my work. It's I like to display that thing in my work.
Thank you. So I'm with Maushmi Biswas here, and this is her work. This is typically how her work looks like, and there seem to be portraitures happening in her works, but it goes beyond that. Maushmi, can you tell us a little bit more about your work?
Yeah, my work is based on photorealism, and you can see two spaces are there. One, there is a image of a child, and one there is a bird, and I want to relate with the two different image, very psychological approach.
Is it a real person or is it some?
Yes, sometimes, most of the time I took the image photograph, and I do wildlife photography also. That's why I took the images of the birds also, and mostly the child and the woman face I use them, and I'm very it is very much related with my childhood memories and one dreamy world I want to create always, and I want to create an environment through when viewers can get a very positive feelings about the environment, about our life and everything. And you can see the color scheme is also very important in my work.
I particularly like the expression which comes through the eyes of these portraits.
Yes.
Every portrait seems to kind of give a different outlook to the person themselves. So I like the dimensions of the human emotion which you can get.
Because eyes is very important for expressing your emotion, and it is very important, and I always many times I use my own colors for the eyes, and sometimes it is not so much like photograph. I use blue color, or sometimes I increase the color also very much, and I think it's become more appealing for the viewers also.
Thank you so much, Maushmi.
Thank you.
I'm with Riya Chatterjee right now, and Riya's actually had quite an interesting education. Riya, can you tell us a little bit about your college and your artistic practice as well?
Yeah, I have done my bachelor's from Shantiniketan, then I have done 2 years diploma from China, and then I came back, and now I'm practicing in Baroda. So there's a lot of shift and
kind of cultural context also.
Yeah, that's true. So that has kind of I say not influence as such, but inspiration I took from all these places and all. So that's my journey, and still going on.
Okay. And your move towards abstraction, anything?
No, not anything particular as such, but I think in China, whatever I have done there, they use a lot of blank space as such, and they use a lot of ink that's very flexible, very fluidity is there, and they use a lot of blank space. So in a way I was quite inspired by that. So maybe those things are have kind of reflection in my works, not very directly but maybe indirectly. A lot of using of black, or
I like the
textile way maybe, So I actually explore the surface of paper lots. So for me paper has more depth than usual.